What's up, guys? This is Nick with TradeSpace, and today we're going to give a little bit of a market outlook going into the rest of 2025. I've been getting a lot of messages on Discord and on Instagram basically asking, Nick, what do you think is going to happen for the rest of the year? And today I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to explain a lot of things. It's a little bit easier to do in video form. It's also been a while since I've actually uploaded a video to YouTube, so I figured this would be the perfect video to upload. I have still been trading, even though I have not been quite as active on YouTube. We've been making some changes and doing new algorithms and new indicators for NinjaTrader, and we have a lot of new things in store that I'm going to start releasing here soon. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's talk about market outlook here. In order to really see what's going on here, we need to go back to November of 2023. We had a really big bull year in 2024, which we kind of anticipated. Historically speaking, a year like 2024 would be very bullish. But we are forming a wedge this whole time. And if you notice, we have three areas where we have 1, 2, 3 pushes up here. Now, a long time ago, when the S&P first hit 5,000, I noted that 5,000 was going to be a key level, and that we would probably come down and test 5,000 again at some point. It would probably take a while, but eventually we would get there. And if you notice, we had a little test in here. But where was support? About a year later, a little over a year later. It was right around this 5,000 area. Whenever we have a wedge pattern, 1, 2, 3, like this, and we hit our profit targets, which is going to be, we have this level here being a major profit target, but we also have this 5,000 level being a major magnet. Anytime we have something like this, the resulting price action afterwards is oftentimes a range. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing here. I think we're seeing this market in a relatively large range. I think for at least the time being, this is the bottom, right around 5,000. And this is going to be the top, right around this double top here. A little bit over 6,200 here. These all-time highs are likely going to be resistance, and this 5,000 area is likely going to be support. Now, that doesn't mean that we might not go a little bit higher or a little bit lower. We might come up here, break into an all new high, go up for a few bars, and then we find sellers that bring it back down. Same thing that happened here. It looked like this area in here was going to be a really strong bear leg. And if you were following us in the Discord, you know that a lot of us sold up in here and took profits down in here because we know that this is climatic, and we are aware of this 5,000 level right here. So these two levels are going to be really important coming up. Just because something drops a little bit below it or goes a little bit above it does not necessarily mean that this is going to be a big breakout. I think it's probably a little bit more likely that we stay in a range of this size for probably the rest of the year. We might have a break out later in the year, maybe in November, December. We will just have to see kind of what happens between now and then. So, what are the best ways to play this? Well, if you're a trader, then the first thing you have to do is be aware of this range and trade it like you're trading a range. You're going to have some days, if you're a swing trader, you're going to have some days that give good opportunities to buy or to sell. If you sold up here, if you sold in here at the moving average rejection, if you sold here betting on climax up here, if you bought down here, these are all places that can be good trades, but you have to be aware that overall we're in a range. So be aware of where your stop loss is, because if it's inside of the range, there's an increased chance that you're going to get hit. Be aware of trap plays, because this was very much a trap. A lot of people who were short, they were up big, they thought that they could hold a lot, they thought that they could hold more, and they couldn't. It's not possible. If you're buying in here, make sure your stop loss is under here. It has to be under the range. If you're a seller, see if you can't sell again up in here. There's a few other places within the range. If you bought down here, you have to be aware of this previous high as a potential level of resistance. Have to be aware of that. But overall, we're in a range. We might get to here. We might float around a little bit. We might come back down a little bit more and go back up. We might break straight through it. There are a lot of bull bars in here. We might just break straight through this level and then find sellers up top again. We'll just have to see. If you're a day trader, be very, very patient. You're going to see that most days are going to be trading range days. You're going to have a couple of nice breakouts, but you're not necessarily going to have big profits. Take advantage of the days that are big breakout days, like this day and this day, this big bull day in here. Really take advantage of those high volatility days when you can see that the market's going to keep on going. Don't be afraid to hold on to your position a little bit longer, generally speaking. In most other days, you really just want to look to be taking quicker profits. Any of these doji days in here, even some of these bear days, really only form the bear close in the final hour or two. Lots of trading range days in here. Take advantage of the days that actually are big. And don't be afraid to sit out on these small doji days. It's not a big deal to sit those out. Alright guys, if you're a swing trader, you need to buy low and sell high. You're probably not going to get as many trades in, but if you're like me, you bought down here. In fact, I believe that I bought on this pullback here as a second entry. And then don't be afraid to pick a plan. You can either sell at the top or at a previous resistance, or you can continue to hold for long term, for years, and knowing that we're likely going to come back down here again, look to buy more then. It's really up to you how you want to trade that. Alright guys, that's pretty much what I have. Best of luck trading to everyone. If you have any questions, hit me up on Discord or on Instagram. I'll message you back in either spot. and best of luck trading, everyone.